Thank you very much. Every Monday in April, we've talked about a few money-related topics for Financial Literacy Month. I don't know anything about money, but I have somebody that does. Today, we wrap up with some common fears some Americans have relating to money. Expert J.B. Bryan is back to fill us in. So these are, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 here that Americans fear more than death.
Amazingly, when collectively people were actually, when the research shows that they fear financial issues outnumbered death as a fear. And I don't know if more than spiders though, but no.
Spiders isn't on the list,
but the common fears like spiders collectively, 66% of those who responded actually have financial fears, where only 35% were in the other areas.
Okay. Well, spiders is a different show. Let's start at the bottom, and we're going to work our way up to number 1.
Great.
Okay.
Sounds like
all right. Number 6, losing it all to the stock market.
Yeah, and see, that one should be eliminated very easily because no one should have it all in the stock market. So we could just throw that one away. Hey, don't worry about that anymore.
Check that one off.
You are totally out of alignment.
Don't put it all in there, and you won't lose it all.
If you have it all there, you need to really investigate diversification and asset allocation and talk with your financial advisor because you should never have that fear.
Okay. Number 5, not ever being able to retire. And that seems more and more realistic all the time.
Yeah, right. But you are going to be able to retire. I just don't want you to ever. But I can't imagine TV without you. But a lot of people do worry about that. And the key to solving that fear is planning. Just like you do, and most smart people like yourself plan financially, contribute portions of their income each month into their future. So if you are actively from day one when you start working, saving for your future, then you should not have that fear of never being able to retire. And I think the biggest issue is trying to focus on saving for your future and also staying healthy so that you can continue to work if you have to.
Becoming homeless is number 4.
Yeah, and that, again, they've said that it is a real fear for them. The way around it is to make sure that you live in affordable housing, that the housing that you've chosen for you and your family is affordable, that it's not dominating all of your income, that you are living in a housing situation that is within your means.
Can I... just a little bit here. So you live within your means, but we tend to do that. But I tell people it doesn't matter whether you're making $300,000 a year or $40,000 a year. You're going to live in a house that you can afford, hopefully, to fit in that budget, but it's all going to be gone at the end of the month unless you plan for it.
Right, very good point. And with the fear of being homeless could be because they have too many fixed expenses, too many expenses that they start the month with, that they're feeling like that somehow their housing expense is not going to be met. And amazingly, if you look at credit reports, many people will pay all their other bills before they'll pay for their housing. So make sure that if you have this fear, set your housing up as your top priority. Pay rent, mortgage first.
Number 3, having your identity stolen. Another real fear, I would think, as technology continues to expand. We're hearing all the time, anything can be hacked.
Yes, and I love the segment that you had earlier about that with senior exploitation. A lot of seniors really have this fear of identity theft. The way around it is to protect yourself. Don't give out your information over the telephone. When you have your paperwork and your documents that come in and your statements, keep them in a organized, secure place of your home. Lock them up. Have a locked file cabinet. When you shred things, don't just shred them. Don't just throw things away, but actually have a cross shredder, a very good shredder, not the cheapest shredder, a very good shredder.
Okay. Number 2, I had a boxer dog once. It was a great sweater. A shredder. Shredder.
Yeah, that's a good
Falling into serious debt is number 2.
And see, I mean, how could you actually fall into serious debt?
Jump into serious debt, don't you?
Yeah, you actually sign your way into serious debt. We've got to get rid of that fear because we have to replace that and to conquer that fear of falling into serious debt, realizing that you did this, that you are actually responsible, that debt comes with signatures and documentation and a commitment that you have to personally make. To avoid that fear, don't go into debt. Avoid debt. Only get things that you really need. Don't use credit cards. Credit cards contribute to that fear a lot because you're buying things that you don't need. A lot of times you're buying with a credit card once and can. That's
and
right.
finally, number one fear more than death is
Unemployment.
unemployment.
Yeah, I saw it. But that unemployment, that is real. A major way of getting around that is to have a savings available, at least 3 to 6 months available. Make sure that you have that emergency fund available to you so that you can have time to get another job. Don't max out your credit cards. If you don't have savings, definitely don't max out your credit cards. Sometimes in emergencies, job loss, you may have to use the credit card. So if you have it maxed out on just unnecessary things, you can't use it when you really need it. So, but emergency funds, savings, discipline, planning, and looking ahead is going to conquer that fear. All of these fears can be conquered by taking the proper steps of financially securing yourself.
Good. I got no fear. Thanks,
Amen.
JB.
Fearless.
JB Bryan offers money seminars every Wednesday at noon and Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. at her office in Glen Allen. The girl never stops working. She's never going to be unemployed.
True.
Seminars are absolutely free to you, but pre-registration is definitely required. For more information, just visit us online at WTVR.